So it's the whole overpricing EVs, trying to force us into something that we don't want, and then you overprice it just because the car looks good. Don't mean it's a good deal for most people, for the masses. You know, majority of Dodge fan base are blue collar buyers. They're not white collar buyers that's working in a six-figure job. These people are working paycheck to paycheck, you know, day to day, out here struggling just like everybody else, but they want to show the fruits of their labor with something. Like Dodge is supposed to be an affordable car one day, not just keep on just working and like trying to get a Lamborghini and Ferrari prices. That's just crazy. You know, that's just insane that everything is overpriced, and they're telling us just shut up and drive your EVs and be happy. That's why you only sold 100. You know what I'm saying? Like when the 2015s came out, they was already done sold like over 7,000 already by now. First couple months probably. Now all of a sudden you decline in sales. You can't blame all that on the economy now. Some of this stuff is corporate greed. Some of these millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, they don't think like us. They don't think like the average person. Only thing they see is money. So they're gonna keep jacking these prices up on EVs and just telling us to shut up and drive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are we not allowed to stand up for what we believe in, to bring true American muscle car back that symbolizes our heritage and the things we love to do? This is our hobby. You know, some people make a lot of money off of, you know, Hemis and Mopars and Dodges. This is their livelihood. They eat off these cars and this content, and now they can't even do that no more because of corporate greed and kill off competition, because they want us to be riding around in these little coupes. They want us to ride around in these little foreign sides cars. Like, these are like small cars. They're not family sedans. That's why the Charger makes so much sense in America now, which is, I don't get why they would bring the two-door coupe back finally. Since the 60s, 70s, the early 70s, the late 60s and 70s, they finally brought that car back, but they bring it back as an EV. That is a slap to the face. If anything, they should have came out with a 2023 Charger model with the wide body coupes with the two doors and the convertibles. That right there would have been a big bang, you know what I'm saying? And for the last year, those 2024 models, that last year they should have dropped the Hemis in there, but they didn't want to fund it. You know, because they, like I said before, the last administration was paying for all this stuff, was paying for EVs and emission credits and, you know, all this stuff that they can get by with. Now that they can't get by with it, it came to a stop. Oh, now you can get Hemis back. Since they're going to go cold turkey with Hemis because they get their little EV money, all this emission credit money. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're funding EVs now in these programs. And now that it's canceled, now they're like, oh, well, since we're not gonna get funded for it anymore, since we're not gonna get a check for $50 million like the last greedy CEO over there at Stellantis. That's crazy, bro. So we, as a fan base, I can only speak for Mopar fans, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The Hemis are making their way back slowly because we had to bring the jobs back, because, you know, you got jackasses that want to try to go get lower wages in different countries like Mexico, cross seas, send jobs everywhere, because they're like, hey, we don't want to fund these cars. You know what I'm saying? We want to save all the money we can so we can fill up our piggy bank. So forget the consumers, forget the fan base, forget Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, the one that is like our cash cow, because they know these cars sell like hotcakes when they're on fire. The Hellcat came out. Everybody wanted to be close to a Hellcat. It don't matter what model. They can have an SE, SXT, GT with the hood scoop, the one that looks like the Scat Packs with the hood scoop, the air vents on the side. That car looks awesome. And if you got the money, you could put the wide body kit, the wide body tires on there, and now you're riding around in a Super 6. You know what I'm saying? A 6 banger. Tune it, supercharge it, whatever you want to do. Yes, you can supercharge or pro charge a 6, you know, a V6. That's another thing I want to touch on. Being that they did have to go, you know, basically in line, we wouldn't have had to go too far away from Hemis if they would have kept the 3.6 liter around, because now they wouldn't have had no choice but to bring back the Hemis a lot faster, because they tried to design a car to fit basically an i6 engine in there, and it could be EV, but it still looks good, looks like a muscle car, still looks muscular and stuff like that. Now, my take on the whole EV thing is, you try to design something that only can be EVs. You know, so it was like, okay, so you're gonna design something that only can be EVs? Like, you're not gonna design it just in case Hemis have to come back? Like, you didn't have no backup plan? Like, it was like it was like, if Dodge died, so what? Like, that's the attitude Stellantis have towards America. Like, it's like they don't respect us, but they need us. It's only business. So it's like a frenemy. Like, okay, all right, let's stop playing around. Let's get those Hemis back in the rim before the company dies. And then, so we had to sick the lawyers on them and administration on them to get them to tighten up over there at Stellantis, because they really, at the end of the day, they really didn't want to do it. They really was just like, shut up and drive your EVs and shut up and start asking for Hemis. Let us do what we want to do so we can collect our check in peace, so we can collect our $40 to $50 million bonus for not making Hemis, because of we invented, you know, regulations. Like, they make the law. So that's why I say, okay, if they're making laws, right, for cleaner air, green cars, you know, EV cars, which is you're paying miners in mining fields to dig for to dig for the materials to make the EV batteries. So how are you really helping the earth, and you're digging for nickels in mining fields and stuff like that? You're paying mining and stuff like that for the EVs and the, you know, ion batteries. So it don't make any sense. At the end of the day, it's corporate greed. They forced us into something that we don't want. Now they can overprice and move the market up, because they kind of know, okay, where are you really going to go? Like, think about it. Where are you really going to go, right? If, you know, you have to fix your car, you have to go back to the dealer. More corporate greed. So if we jack the price up $2,000 every time you go back to the dealer, just for a diagnosis, just to say, oh, well, that'll be $1,000. Just hypothetically speaking, if the price was to skyrocket for these EV chargers, development and research it just costs that much, just because of development and research and blah woo woo, and everybody like, what? Why is it so expensive? Why is it so doggone expensive? You told us it was going to be fuel efficient cars out here, cheaper, more affordable, point A to point B, get from and back to work. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to go through all this bull crap. Like, and then you got rid of the V6, got rid of the V8. Now we're stuck with inline and EV. Just shut up and drive, huh, Stellantis? That's all we got to do. Just shut up and drive, y'all. Because they don't even want us to talk about, like, the CEO. They want us to accept the trash that they're trying to push on us. It's not even probably going to profit them to just be selling 75 to 100 cars, even if it is at 60K to 100K. They're not selling fast enough. Now, to get better understanding what I mean is, a lot of these foreign dealers are used to selling cars really slow. So I don't think that part bothers them as much as it bothered the American car companies. So you gotta think, like, Maseratis and Alfa Romeos, like the top trim level Maserati, how long do you think $150,000 to a $200,000 car like a GT Gran Turismo is going to sit on the lot before somebody come pick one up? They have to be really desirable. You would probably sell more Lambos and Ferraris than you would probably sell a Maserati that costs $150K. For the new ones, like 180, 150, they're almost $200K now. That is just insane, people. And that's what they're trying to push the market up, because they're like, oh, you're American, so I'm assuming you have it because you're American. Like, who make the rules out here? It's just like, shut up and pay, shut up and drive. We're gonna make cool looking cars, but we're not gonna give it to you for the same price. That's why I say we need the 3.6 liter back 300 horsepower to at least get the sales up. Cause you gotta go back to the 30K. You gotta go back to the 29, 28, 30K. You gotta bring out, you know, all of these incentives, and you know, and you gotta bring out all these rebates, you know what I'm saying, to start giving people 5,000, 3,000. So a person almost be at like 28, 27K for the brand new body of the Chargers that they've been asking for at least over 5 years now. They be like, man, when they gonna bring out a new Charger body style? And can we please get a gas engine in a 2-door coupe so we could drop a Hemi in there? If they drop an inline in there with a transmission tunnel, you will at least be able to drop a Hemi in there, because it will have all the mechanics already there. You won't have to put it in there yourself. You know, I heard it's going to have the same 8-speed transmission as well. So I do hear You know, the i6, the inline six, the standard output, and the high output is going to have an 8-speed transmission as well. So that's going to be cool that you will be able to probably engine swap it. You know, so that would be dope. So I can't wait till those actually drop, because I think the sales are going to pick up drastically if the prices are right. But if they're still talking, man, 60K, 50, 55, 55 probably still, 50 probably still won't even do it. You may see more, but that price got to be in the 30s. Like, they're gonna be like, nah, we're gonna need something in the 30s, man. It's just not, you know, something that's gonna, you know, keep up the sales to be charging 60K, 70 to 100K. That's crazy. I never thought I would see the day where American cars pushing up the mark, like even the Mach, no, I take that back. The new GT 350 is like 110K, 100,000. That's crazy. That is insane. People, what are they doing? Like, I just want answers. Like, who sat at the board meeting and say even American cars are going to cost foreign car prices, like the top trim, like the GTRs of the world, you know, the Lambos, Ferraris, you know. We're trying to touch the Lamborghini Urus prices, 200K. I mean, it's like if a Demon, you know, or Charger, Daytona King, you know, Daytona, you know, King Daytona costing in the 100,000s plus. That is insane, bro. Like, we shouldn't even. You mean to tell me a car that's almost 10 years old, 9 years old? Was it 9 years old? The Charger and Challenger. Well, Challenger. I mean, the new body styles, not the first ones. Were around 100K. You didn't do no upgrades to the car except the wide body and the engine, but you jacked the price up sky high because they knew what type of product they had. They knew they had a highly desirable product, and that's just what it was. They knew everybody wanted it, and they were going to charge top dollar, and dare the Mopar fans to say anything. They're like, man, can you please just shut up and drive and stop asking for the Hemis? We got the i6 coming. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna like them, and you're gonna shut up and you're gonna like them. And like, shut up and eat your veggies. And you're like, no, no, you're not just gonna feed me anything I don't want. Like, open your mouth and take it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you trying to feed us something we didn't ask for? If you go to Burger King, you want a burger. You didn't go there for tacos. You know, it just don't make any sense to try to give somebody something that they don't want, bro. And it's just destroying the automotive industry, the auto industry, because these EVs, some of them probably ain't gonna be reliable. They're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, an inconvenience. The Charger don't even get good charging range, bro. You're gonna be charging that thing like every day. If you work an hour away from home, forbid you work an hour away, man, it's gonna be a disaster. That thing's gonna have to live on the charger. And it's just like, why are you forcing all this down our throat that we don't want?